Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Guns for Hire, and welcome to the gun shop. As per usual, there's all sorts of leaked footage. Sometimes, you gotta watch it though. Sometimes this stuff is photoshopped to death. Like if you see still screens, there's a good chance that it's been photoshopped. It could even if it's on someone's TV, it could easily be just brought up on there and like, oh look, I've got my controller and it's a still image. Easily Photoshop stuff, unless even when you see a basic interface, if it's a video and all they're showing is a menu, it's not hard. Maybe some of the kids out there just don't get it, but it's not hard to create like an interface, a basic interface that looks like it would be from the game and look while someone else is actually hitting something and making it go across the screen. Not hard to do. But this particular case here, we know every year, and I'm surprised it really took this long for the information this close. They're getting really good at locking those secrets down. Activision, you're getting better. But there is stuff spilling out there because there's consoles that are being sent out. There's games that are being shipped out early. I don't know where they get them from. Sometimes from the stores and stuff like that ahead of time. Whatever. And there's always someone who's dumb enough to risk it. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the person that's uploading the videos, but the person who gave them the videos, if they ever find out, that person's job is to do that. Unless they're just an employee there and they don't care, they're like, yeah, man, here's a copy, go and play it, I don't care, I'm quitting this job anyway. And they give them the copies. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on about this. They're putting themselves at risk, you know what I mean, like over some images or whatever. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna all see it, but I do like it, just like you, and that's why I'm doing this video. I do like seeing this stuff because we're so close. We're getting excited for it. Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts. If you're in a first-person shooter type person, and what we've seen is potentially the new Moab, the new nuke. It's the K.E.M, the kinetic energy missile. At least that's what I assume what it is. I looked it up. I did that. That's the power of Google. I just searched it and I was like, K.E.M. Why would they do a 25 kill streak K.E.M.? What the heck is the K.E.M.? So I looked it up, and that seems to be the most logical thing. It's a kinetic energy missile. It's going to knock everything out. Boom, it does, and everyone dies. I gotta say this. That's cool, and I'd like to see it. I want to see the people who gets whoever gets the first knife-only K.E.M. Oh, I remember back in the days, in Modern Warfare 2, I was the first person. It was my claim to fame. And I didn't even think it was that big of a deal. But the game was out really early. Everyone doesn't know the maps. We don't know what we're doing. We're filled with noobs. And I ended up getting the very first knife-only, no other kill streaks, knife-only nuke. And, people were camping. People were like, oh, I was on derail, I believe, on Modern Warfare 2. And I just went around, and it was exciting for me. And I had no idea what the impact was going to be. It's like at over 1.6 million, maybe even 2 million views. Like things like that as a YouTuber, when you get you're the first one to get it, it's a pretty big deal. So that's why I'm excited, and that's why I want to do this news piece, is for those of you out there, and even if here's the thing though, if you're a small channel, and even if you are the first one to upload that video, no one's going to ever know. And you're going to get mad, like, I was the first person. No one's going to know. You can shout and get angry. It doesn't really matter. Someone calls it that, you can't. What are you going to do? I'm like, I was the first one. You can't do that. You got to give me recognition. You'll be washed under there. That's what happens. And in all honesty, if I search and if I get it, which I'm not going to be trying because I don't have time for it, but if I was the first person to get a knife-only K.E.M, a kinetic energy missile on the new Call of Duty Ghosts, and I put it up there, the second I got it, I would upload. I'd be like, first, knife-only kinetic energy, or I'd probably be safe now. I'd just be like, knife-only K.E.M. You know what I mean? Like, put it out there. Don't do first only, because you never know. It could be seconds behind. It could be other people. Maybe you can't search for them. And you look up the title, because a lot of times I'll do that. I'll search that title to see if it's actually out there before I put the title on there, and I don't see it. And then someone's like, no, it wasn't. Here with this obscure person with 3 views, and they got him. Like, dude, it didn't even show up in the search engine. Like, I searched for it, but whatever. Keep that in mind. So these are things, as YouTubers, I'm giving you a tip right now. You want to have one of your videos explode? That's what you need to go after. You want to blow up your YouTube channel? Be the first, if you play that content, be the first person to get a knife-only K.E.M. I'm telling you right now, that one video will get you more than shooting, using guns. Oh, this is the first blah, blah, blah. No other kill streaks either, though. You cannot use that. You cannot use kill streaks. You can't do anything else. You can't use, Claymore, C4. It's got to be knife only. No, they're supporting kill streaks. If you get that, put it up right away. And try and give it, tweet me. If you're the first person and I can see that you're the first person, tweet me. Look in the description below. I will retweet it. I will promote it if you're actually legitimately the first person to do it. Or even if you get one. You know what I mean? It's a huge boost. It's potentially a huge boost for you. Anyway, that's it, the K.E.M. How do you feel about that? And here's the other thing. I wanted to mention this as well. What time are we looking at here? 5 minutes. I'm rambling on too much. It doesn't really matter. I want to bring this up. There's a huge difference, and I've lost interest, and this is partly why I have no interest in getting the first only K.E.M. The impact on it, sorry, there was something outside. The impact of it is usually negligible in terms of what it used to be on Modern Warfare 2. It used to be, when you got a nuke, that was the game changer. That ended the game. Your team could be behind, and then all of a sudden you pull out that nuke, and the other team likely would have won, and boom, you ended the game, you win it for your team. It was exciting. Yeah, people camped, but it had such a tremendous impact on the overall game. It wasn't just something that killed everyone, you got lots of points, and that's it. It was the game ender. It doesn't matter. You could be behind and you could pull it out, pull this amazing kill streak out and win it for your team. Now it's just like you get a lot of kills. You're likely your team is going to win anyway. If you've got 25 kills and you haven't died yet, chances are your team's doing very well. It just doesn't seem to have the big impact. I'm hoping that the K.E.M. ends the game. If they did that, I would love it. And I would go after that knife-only K.E.M., kinetic energy missile, or whatever it is. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the Moab and the K.E.M. being like, here's a kill and the game keeps going? I just don't feel the dramatic impact that it had when when that thing, boom, it was done, game over. You lose, sucker. How do you feel about that?